Welcome to the B No's Real Estate Show. I'm here with the game changer, Mr. Mack Humphrey, man. What's going on?
Here we go again, man.
Educating. Educating. We got to educate our clients out there, man. So we doing this little series, everybody. So you are informed when you actually sit down with a mortgage person, because what did I always say when they first come to me? Let's go get the money.
Yeah, let's go get the money.
Let's go get the money. So we're going to educate you on some terminology out there that most people don't understand. So when they go to you, they understand it. They know how to deal with it, know what you're talking about. So my first one is debt to income ratio. We talked about that. You had to slide in. Well, we're going to talk about that. Debt to income ratio. And we hear that a lot, debt to income ratio. This is what I think it is.
Yeah, tell me.
You know.
What do you think it is?
Okay. I make a certain amount of money.
Right.
I have a certain amount of debt, right?
Right.
We got the income, we got the debt,
right.
You know. Okay, so it's just your positive, negative, right? So income is how much I make. Regular working job, 2 jobs or whatever. Right. And then my debt is like my loans, my credit cards, car payments. Is it rent?
No.
No? Okay. No. I'm just asking you.
No rent.
Phone?
But your mortgage payment when we talk about
How about
that.
your phone?
Nope.
No phone?
Nope, no phone.
Insurance?
Nope. So none of the utilities that most people think are in there. So really it's just everything that's on your credit report.
Tell me a little bit what the debt to income ratio is when y'all talking about that all the time and the clients don't really understand. So why don't you speak about that?
Yeah, so you'll hear these loan officers, financial advisors all calling it DTI.
Right.
That's
DTI,
what it is. So
yes.
Talking in these acronyms, but DTI is debt to income. And there's actually 2 debt to incomes that you have to pay attention to, believe it or not.
Okay.
There's a front end and a back end. So where you want me to start, the back end or the front end?
Well, wow, okay. I didn't know that. So let's go. Let's start with the start. Let's start at the top, man.
Let's start at the front end. So the front end is actually the easiest one to explain.
Okay.
Because all that's your housing ratio. So that's your income versus what your new mortgage payment is going to be.
Okay.
So that's only going to take that into consideration. So if you make $5,000 and your, just for simple numbers, and your mortgage payment is $2,500, you have 50%. Front end ratio. Okay. And that's actually a big thing, because sometimes your back end ratio will match your front end ratio and you'll think that's good, and it's actually sometimes won't get approved. Okay. Because it looks like you may be overextended from the very jump. So now if you're overextended from the very jump, as soon as you get into your house, what do most people do? They start going to get credit cards, appliances, and loans and stuff like that.
They got to put something in the house.
Exactly. So now you got somebody started off already almost in the negative. And from an investor standpoint, you want your client to succeed. You want your investment to succeed. Okay. You don't want to put them in a situation where they're going to go upside down. Okay. So that's your front end ratio. Okay. Your back end ratio is what you were talking about a little bit earlier. Now that is all the debt that shows up on your credit report.
Oh, okay.
Plus your mortgage payment.
Okay.
Divided by your total income.
And that's when them get their ratio is.
So that's the one that everybody is assuming that we're paying attention to all the time. Now we are paying attention to that. That's the one that's most talked about. But that front end ratio is just as important. Okay. But when clients will come in and they'll say, well, what about my, like you said, your car loans or, car loans, student loan payments, all those are built into whatever's on your credit report. But there's also, you have to look at your budget too, because you have to pay your cell phone. We don't count that. Yeah. You have to pay your utilities. We don't count that. Yes. So you have to be actually cognizant. So yes, the investor's looking at what's his, debt ratio as far as what's on the credit report. But I always like to sit down with clients and say, hey, yes, this is what we're looking at. This is what you can afford. But let's look at your overall budget so you're not putting yourself in a bad situation.
Okay. Yeah. You don't want to get strained out there. Man.
No, you don't. You don't want to be, house poor.
A lot of people is about the house poor, but you know what? The last 5 years, they don't mind that being house poor because you got that equity that was on top of that.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Right now, we're in such a good position. I always say it's not being house poor right now, it's an investment in yourself.
Right.
So, if you just think about it, I actually did this the other day. I was like, I took my daughter to McDonald's, both my daughters. Mm-hmm. We got 2 Big Macs, 2 hamburgers, 2 orders of medium fries.
Okay.
That bill was $26. $26. Now, me myself, I don't eat there anymore.
Right.
I just buy like steak and chicken.
Right.
I went to the store and bought 3 days worth of meals for me.
Right.
For $30.
Right.
Okay. So if you think about it, that's 1 meal to feed like half of most families. If you did that a couple times a week, right, that's like $150 that you're going to spend. Why not pull back on some of that and invest in yourself and put it in the house? People are worried about being an extra $150 more than they thought they would be. You got to think about it. We waste a lot of money.
Now that's real talk there.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're talking about DTIs and all that, and those are the things we don't even add in. That's just wasted. Starbucks, all those different things. $10 for a coffee.
Right.
I mean, that's cool if you do it every once in a while, but let's think ahead. I want to get people to start thinking ahead.
Now I have one more.
Yeah.
Just one more. Interest rate.
Yeah.
Now, from what I've been told, I just want to make sure the consumer out there really understand that, interest rate is based off my credit score. Now, I want you to expand it on that a little bit. Tell me about the interest rate.
Yeah.
And one more thing also, too. Why can I not lock my interest rate? When you did all this, you got me interest rate is X, Y, then. Why can't I lock it at that time?
At that time, right? Yeah.
Talk to me.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. So interest rates are attached to properties, believe it or not. So like even if you lock today because you went under contract, but the contract fell out,
right,
you would be subject to the interest rate when you go back under contract. That lock's no longer any good. Reason why is just because investors lock in based on that. They're hedging on that property that you're getting that day you lock. So they're only giving you 30 to 45 days to hold that lock. You're paying to hold that lock for that period of time. Okay. So you can't, if you just came into my office today, I don't know when you're going to find a house.
Right. That's,
So if rates are 5% today and you don't find a house for 2 more months and rates are 6%, but I told you could have this.
Yeah, because you quote me on what's happening today.
I'm quoting you on what's happening today. Right. So if I tell you, okay, you can have that 5%, but it's 6%, lender's not going to pay that difference because that could be like $10,000, $15,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the consumers out there don't really know that because they were sitting there. No, you told me it was gonna be $2,000 a month. Now it's $2,500 a month. They really don't hear what you was telling them when you was sitting down with them.
No, and that's the importance of keeping in contact with people,
right,
with your clients on a weekly basis, like trying to educate them every single week. And at the very beginning, sitting down and talking to them and having these conversations and letting them know, hey, this is where rates are today. But we have to look at this again when you are ready to go under contract. And right now, rates are so volatile.
Right.
You should really be, if you're in the process now, you should really be talking to your loan officer or your mortgage advisor and your real estate professional every week.
Every week.
And in some cases, the way it's working right now, almost every day. Especially if you're under contract.
That's real talk. Yeah.
That's
real talk.
And the other question you had, we mentioned, interest rates, and are they attached to your credit?
Right.
Yes, they are. But not as much as people think, okay? So you can have a client that has a 640 credit score. Now, they're more of a risk to the investor because they haven't proven that maybe they can handle credit as well as somebody who has a 750 score.
Okay.
Or they haven't had credit long enough to establish the fact that they can take care of things. But the way rates go is they're in tiers. So it might be 640 to 690.
Okay.
That's the same interest rate.
Right.
And then you have somebody that's 690 to 740. They may get a little bit more of an improvement. But the improvement's not that big. it's not like it's a 0.5% improvement. It may be an improvement of maybe.
Well, let's get up on in the 800s now.
Yeah, what happens. So there's other factors too that people don't understand about interest rates. Is it's not just your credit score.
Right.
It's your debt to income ratio that makes a difference. You have mainly credit score, debt to income ratio. Those are the two main ones that come into play. There's another one I don't know why I'm blanking on it right now. But it'll come to me here in a minute. Down payment. That's what it is. Yeah. Down payment. If you put 20% down, you got more skin in the game, right?
Right.
So if you get in any trouble, you're trying to save that house because you got 20% down in it.
I'm invested.
You're invested. So I'm going to give you probably a little bit better interest rate because you're less risk. Interest rates are all based on risk.
Okay. Gotcha.
All based on risk. I was laughing the other day. I was looking at a meme, and it talked about, as we get into this cycle of higher interest rates,
right,
but people are paying 11%, 12% on car loans and 29% on credit cards, and don't blink an eye to take those.
Absolutely.
Don't blink an eye, and those aren't even tax deductible. But we're worried about 5%, 6% interest rate on a house that is tax deductible.
Right. I've been in this business for a long time. I remember 5%. Your goal was to get to 5%.
Exactly.
With great credit.
And it still is. That's the funny thing is like if you take COVID out, because COVID is an anomaly. It should have.
Right.
I'd give anything for that to have not ever happened. Okay, we were at 4.5%, 5% right then and there, and that was all-time lows.
Right. Yes.
So we almost have to. I wish we could just tap the world and everybody forget that those 2 years ever happened with interest rates.
No, they can't. I refied during that time.
I know,
don't tell me that. I saved a boatload of money.
There's a lot of people that just saved a boatload of money, but unfortunately, the people that are coming into the market right now, they still have that in the back of their head, and it's stopping a lot of them from making the best investment they could ever make.
Absolutely.
So
now we've been doing this for a while now, so we. Why don't you go and give me your information? It's time to end this. It's great talking to you.
Yes. GClending.com. You can also reach me on the phone, 720-771-1308. We can talk forever.
I know that's right. We talk all day.
Yeah.
David Babiner, Caldwell Banker Realty. Phone number is 303-903-0395. Hashtag the real estate man 24/7. Have a blessed day, everyone.
Have a good one. We'll see you next time.
Peace. Bless.
All right.